What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Fen Friends podcast, hosted by your boy, Fen G, also known as comedian Fun Size Fen. The Fen Friends podcast is a podcast I created because I have so many talented friends, so many talented entertainers, and you guys are all going to be able to witness firsthand how we dive in deep with their conversations, their lifestyle. I'm actually really excited about this because so many times we see the entertainers, but we don't really know what goes behind what takes them to be the star that they are. And I'm excited to really get to dive in deep with my friends because I don't know everything about them as well too, and I'm intrigued what gets them to keep coming on the stage every day, keep being able to showcase their art. I want to know if they have any fears, any anxieties. What's their why? I'm so intrigued by this art form. When you guys subscribe to this channel, you guys will be just as intrigued as me. First of all, a lot of people is wondering, alright, who the hell is Fen? A lot of my friends know me, a lot of the people in the comedy game know me, but for everybody that's just now subscribing onto this channel, who's subscribing onto this platform, pretty much, my name is Fen G. I'm a comic. I've been doing comedy for about 13 years. Yeah, 13 years, non-stop, never quit, never took any breaks. I started my comedy journey in Charlotte, North Carolina, right? I started my comedy journey in Charlotte, North Carolina around 2011. When I started, I had just finished graduating college. I was just finished graduating Penn State University. And at the time, I had a degree in hotel restaurant management, and I didn't really know, I wouldn't say, I don't think I was living in my purpose. Yeah, I wasn't really living in my purpose. I was kind of just doing, what our parents tell the kids to do, which is go to college, get a degree, and, get a job. The same formula. Go to college, get a degree, get a job. And I knew that while I was working at Caroline's Medical Center, I was a housekeeping manager, I knew that there was something more out there for me. I knew that I lacked fulfillment. I knew there was a certain thing that I had to chase. I felt like, if I was just to be honest with you guys, I felt like the little kid in me was somehow dying by working in corporate America. Not that there's anything wrong with working in corporate America. I was just saying, for me, I felt like my little kid self was dying or disappearing or just fading away. And it was my job to protect that. And I really wanted to protect it. And I tried so hard to protect this kid because the kid had the ambitious spirit. He was the one that took all the risks. He was the one that would dress crazy, dress wild. He was the one that was always like the glitch in the Matrix. And then I felt like somehow I was conforming to becoming like everybody else. And that wasn't me, I came from being homecoming king, class president. I was an all-star football player. I was always doing something that was not deemed cool, but it was fun for me. It was fulfilling to me. So when I noticed that as an adult, I wasn't taking any risk anymore. I was just conforming to it every day, 9-to-5 lifestyle. I was waking up, going to work. I wasn't happy. I was angry. I was upset. But I don't know. I was more upset with just myself. That being said, I used to drive by this comedy club in Charlotte every day. It was called the Charlotte Comedy Zone. And one day instead of going to work, I pulled in. And then I realized that they were doing comedy classes at the time. Mind you, I'm a New York kid. I didn't have no family in Charlotte. I didn't know anybody in Charlotte. So the funny thing is, when I went to the Comedy Zone, that's when kind of my life in Charlotte opened up. I met great friends. I met great people. And I was able to showcase my art through performing stand-up at the time, and it was scary, because at that particular time, you guys gotta understand, right? I'm doing comedy right after I just finished paying student loans, just finished doing all of these things, and I'm telling my parents that, no, I want to be a comedian. Yeah, you look crazy, you sound crazy. Like, it is crazy. Like, it's everything about it is crazy. Nothing is like normal about this situation. It was a complete left turn. And the first time I touched the Comedy Zone stage, the first time I did that audition show, and the first time I did my first joke, I knew this is what I wanted to do for the rest of my life, you know. So 13 years later, still been doing comedy. I had the pleasure and the joy to work with some of the top comedians in the game. I've been able to work with comedians that I seen on TV growing up, like the late great John Witherspoon, like Tommy Davidson from In Living Color, Damon Wayans, Russell Peters, D. Ray Davis, Michael Blackston, a lot of comedians, man. Not to mention some of my favorite comedians that are like local comedians, like the Shima Franklins of the world, the Mark Gregorys of the world, the Miss Lissa Knowles, PJ Bryans. Like, I get to work with so many talented people on a day-to-day basis, and this would have never happened if I never took the risk, if I never challenged myself, if I never even told myself, like, yo, no, this is what it's gonna be. And to be fair with you guys, nothing was ever easy. Like, nothing was ever easy. The amount of sacrifices to get to here at this point where we get our own Fen Friends podcast, the amount of sacrifices along the way was crazy. Like again, I try to tell you, I started doing comedy at the time. I got a degree. I got student loans. I just became a father at the time. So I got responsibilities. Everything was crazy, you know. But I knew that in the long run, everything was going to pay off, you know. And even if it doesn't pay off like financially or materialistic way or whatever, it pays off in the way of fulfillment, because I wake up every day, I'm happy. I wake up every day, I'm like proud of like who I am as a person. And I wake up every day knowing my voice. And not just my voice on stage, but just my voice overall. Like, I know what I like, I know what I don't like, I know how to voice my own opinions. So that's why when you guys tune in to the Fen Friends podcast, you're going to see people that are just as crazy as I am, that probably took even bigger risks than I did. And boy, man, I'm just so excited for you guys to like subscribe, because you guys are in for a treat, man. You guys are in for a treat. And then you guys are going to dive in deep a little bit more about myself as well. What this podcast is really about, it's really like getting into the lifestyles of the comedians, getting into their creative process. We're going to be interviewing them. We're going to ask them crazy conversations. We're going to have a lot of segments in the show as well. And it's not just comedians. It's going to be all entertainers. Everybody that's doing like amazing things in this game of life. You know, we're going to have writers. We're going to have authors. We're going to have poets. We're going to have musicians. We're going to have, you know, actors, actresses, boxers. I have a lot of friends, everybody. You guys know that, man. I have a lot of friends, and you guys are just in for a treat, man. Why you guys should subscribe, man? I feel like you all need to subscribe to this channel, because I'm one of the ones that's really doing it out here, you know. And when I say really doing it, like, I dedicated my life to this game. I made all the sacrifices for my art that caused me to be here right now. Like, whether it's getting booed off stage, whether it's learning the craft, whether it's constantly like trying to perfect my craft. That's why you guys should tune in. This is not like me just posting a video. This is not just me posting a little sketch or a reel. I'm really out here performing comedy every day. My ears are to the streets. I'm really a student of the game. And if you guys respect the students, then you guys are going to respect this podcast, because I don't believe you can be a master or a boss unless you was a student or a soldier first. So that's why you guys subscribe to this channel, man. I'm coming to you guys with the most humility ever. My dream is it's a long process. It's still a long process, because no matter, even though it's fulfilling to me, sometimes in this game, people don't feel like you're worthy. Or people don't feel like you should be where you at if you don't have the materialistic or some of the things to vouch your success. And I'm here to tell you guys that you don't need any of those stuff as long as you're fulfilled and as long as you feel happy when you wake up in the morning. So this podcast is going to be nothing but positivity, nothing but inspiration. We're going to be dropping so many gems that you guys are going to be so excited and so proud of yourselves for subscribing to this channel, man. We're going to show how flawed we are too. Like, I'm not going to edit this episode too crazy because I want you guys to see the whole process. This is the first episode, you know. And yeah, I'm nervous. And yeah, I have a lot of like anxiety or expectations on what's going on. But I want you guys to see this because when we look back at this like 100 episodes in, and you're going to say, wow, this guy never stopped. He never quit. He kept going. And that's going to be the play, you know. And this is going to be encouraging to anybody else that wants to start something new or enter uncomfortable territories. So this is going to be good for you guys as well. And I'm excited for you guys to see that process, man. Now y'all know why y'all should subscribe. The reason why I pretty much created this is because I have a lot of friends in this entertainment game. And sometimes, you know, as artists, we're not often seen by, you know, the masses, or we're not seen by mainstream America, or we're not seen by, you know, because sometimes, let's keep it frank, they have us doing shows in like hole-in-the-wall spots sometimes. Sometimes we're doing shows at strip clubs, bars. I know I did shows with graffiti on the wall at times. To now be at this level where I'm performing, where I performed at Caroline's, sold out Caroline's about 7 times, where I'm selling out city wineries while I'm performing at Hollywood Improv, The Stand, Gotham, Grizzly Pear. Like I perform at all the major clubs in New York City to date, right? But just because I was given this opportunity to touch these mainstream platforms, I want all my funny friends, I want all my entertainers to see just the same level of platforms that I see, because these people are super talented, man. They're super talented, and I refuse to let their art not be seen. I refuse it. So if you guys didn't know them today, you know them now, all right? So that's the purpose of the Friends, the Fen Friends podcast, man. All my friends are going to be highlighted to the best we can so you guys can see, follow them, and then be ongoing followers so you can follow them on their journey of success and superstardom and, you know, pain and all of that stuff too. You know, we're going to show you all levels of this game of entertainment. Another thing, just to like piggyback, because I don't think I mentioned it when I was talking about myself a little bit, is that yes, I started 13 years ago. And even though I started at the Comedy Zone, Charlotte, it's been a long process to get to this point. Now I would say I am one of the top comedians in New York City. Man, I'm one of the top comedians in the world, you know, just to be like humbly speaking. And that's through hard work, that's through dedication, that's through like non-stop, you know, we just kept going. So now, with the 13 years of experience, I was able to create my show, Spin the Block Comedy. Spin the Block Comedy was a show where I was pretty much able to highlight a lot of diverse comedians so they can be seen in mainstream America, so they could showcase their funny stories, their different stories, and you know, and we can bring everybody together. Like I pretty much created like the melting pot of comedy, you know, the melting pot of comedy shows. You know, when you come to a Fen show, you see every different type of demographic, every type of race, every type of everything in our show, and that's the purpose, man. We're trying to just bring everybody together. We're trying to like uplift, we're trying to inspire, and we're trying to laugh at the same time, you know. Some of my accolades, I would say, is that I performed at Caroline's. Well, I sold out Caroline's about 6 or 7 times. We was able to bring Spin the Block to the Hollywood Improv. We was able to bring Spin the Block to the City Winery. We're now bringing Spin the Block to Chelsea Music Hall. We're doing a lot of things here, man, and I'm constantly looking for new talent. I'm constantly working with the top, you know, comedians of today. So that's another reason why you subscribe, because like this is somebody that came from the bottom, and I'll put pictures up so you can see what the bottom was, you know. I'll put pictures of me when I was just doing regular open mics at Charlotte Comedy Zone, to when I was producing my very first shows at Eastville Comedy Club, to then when I was having sold out shows at Caroline's and then City Wineries. I'm gonna show y'all the pictures so y'all can kind of see like the trajectory of it all, because now we're doing really, really major things. We're even starting a podcast, Fen Friends podcast. So I'm excited, and I hope you guys are excited as well. You know, I'm excited, I'm nervous, I'm all of those emotions all at the same time. But I think when we step out of our comfort zone, that's when we can see like the world open up. So yeah, you know, it's uncomfortable, but hey, I'm all for it, right? So check it out. In this show, the Fen and Friends show, is also gonna include some segments, right? Because you know, I want my show to just be different. I want it to be fun. So we're gonna have a chill segment. So chill is pretty much, you know, how we all see the craziness that goes on in the world today. We all see people like doing like wild stuff. So we're gonna highlight that. I'm gonna post the clip up, and then we're gonna say chill, and the reason why I need to chill and relax, and you're gonna hear both opinions on why things were like crazy, and we're gonna make fun of it and stuff like that. So the chill segment is a segment that I think you guys are really gonna enjoy. I'm also gonna have, this is one of my favorite segments I'm including, it's called the Green Room Vibes segment of the show. So Green Room Vibes is this. Most times us entertainers, before we go on stage, we're in the green room, and a lot of people like their green room a certain way. Some people like a crowded green room, some people like a busy green room, some people like a empty green room, some people wants a lot of food in their green room. Some people drinks before shows. Some people don't drink before shows. Some people like a lot of music. Some people don't. Some people watch westerns, like my boy Tony Roberts. Shout out to Tony Roberts. He watches westerns before he performs. Like, that's crazy. So the Green Room Vibe segment of the show, we're gonna dive deep into our entertainers to really like see what's their mental process before the show. Like, are they nervous? Are they scared? Do they feel pressure? Do they feel like, are they going over their set list? I want to know what they go through, because I know what I go through, and it's a lot. You know, it's a lot of things going in my head. Even though I make it look so cool, there's a lot of things going in my head before a show. So we're gonna dive deep into that segment as well. I also have the Talk to Me Nice segment of the show, right? So the Talk to Me Nice segment is gonna be a segment where we're going to be talking about all our outlandish goals, the goals that seem so far-fetched, and why they need to talk to us nice on the reason why we're going to achieve it. You know what I'm saying? Like, for instance, like, I'm going to sell out Madison Square Garden, right? That's just facts. But the reason why everybody should talk to me nice in the process, or why do I feel like I can do it, that's going to be a dope segment, you know, and I want to hear what their Talk to Me Nice segment is, you know, like why, like, what's their biggest outlandish goal, and what steps do they feel they need to take in order to get there. So I think that's going to be an interesting segment as well. And then outside of knowing everything about that, we're going to be ending off the show, like the ending of the conclusion of the shows, with the Tell Us Your Why portion of the show, right? The Tell Us Your Why. Like, I'll start, like, my why for doing comedy is, not only do I have a daughter that's 10 years old, but my why for doing comedy is to just protect my inner kid. Like, my why is just so I can, like, really just so I can pursue my full purpose, my full potential, man. That's my why. Like, I don't want to, like, live this, like, life and know that I left things under the table, know that I left certain gifts that God gave me, or that I left certain traits that I didn't, like, use or utilize. You know what I mean? My why is to be my most authentic self and try, fail, and just keep reaching till I get to the full potential of Fen, however that may be, you know? And I think that's definitely my why, you know? And it's to also, you know, make my daughter proud and make my family proud, and, you know, carry on my last name, you know, which is Gilliam. So I want to carry on my last name and legacy, you know, for my family. You know what I mean? Like, so that's pretty much my why. And I can't wait to hear all my friends' whys as well. I think that's going to be really exciting. I think it's going to be something really great to see And another portion of the conclusion that I have, and this is real to me. This is really real. It's the who has to pay, right? And who has to pay is it's almost bigger than your why, because it's like it's saying there's somebody in this world that, whether it was a teacher that told you that you couldn't do anything, or whether it was your best friend or your mom or your parents or a breakup or your job, or somebody that was doubting you from being your greatest self, and we're gonna say who has to pay. And a lot of people gotta pay for creating Fen, but I want to know for my friends who has to pay in their lens, because like people gotta pay. Like there's clubs that didn't pass me. There's clubs that that I didn't get the audition, and granted I probably wasn't ready or whatever, but you gotta pay. They gotta pay now. When we become who we say we are, people got to pay, and it's not a monetized value. It's just in general. Like you gotta pay, meaning you're gonna have to see these billboards every day. You're gonna have to see us in commercials. You're gonna have to see us in lights. You're gonna have to see us on the stages. You're gonna have to be in your car. Your kids are talking about us. Your wife is talking about us. Like you gonna have to pay, man. You gotta get this work, man. So I'm so excited about this Fen Friends podcast. I'm so excited. I'm nervous at the same time. I have no idea what I'm doing, but I'm gonna have fun doing it. And you guys are in for a treat, man. Because listen, man, everybody got so much amazing stories. And if at the end of this, when you're done watching, you can feel inspired, you can feel motivated, you can feel like you can start your own podcast, then we did our job, So I'm just going to ask you and your friends and your family, subscribe now, because the friends that I'm bringing on here, you don't want to miss. So once again, I go by the name Fun Size Fen on Instagram. That's going to be below. Fun Size Fen on Instagram. Follow my Fun Size Fen page. Follow my Spin the Block comedy page. And please follow my Fen Friends podcast page, because that's where you guys are gonna see all the tea. So I'm excited. For you guys to all witness this, man. And yeah, man, it's gonna be a movie. You know what I'm saying? Check out the studio. Check out the vibes. Everything is lit. You already know. I still got a little more time with you guys, so I guess what I'm gonna do right now is give you guys the full bio of who I am, the full bio. Started at Charlotte Comedy Zone in 2011, right? From Charlotte Comedy Zone, I must have left Charlotte to come back to New York City around 2014. So 2014, I came back to New York City, where I had to start this comedy journey pretty much all over again, because I didn't, nobody knew me. The clubs didn't know me, the comics didn't know me, so I had to reprove myself in order to get past or get seen by other comics, right? So when I came back in 2014, one of the pretty much the first clubs that I touched bases with was the Comic Strip Live, right? So I started at the Comic Strip Live because I told myself, like, my favorite comedian is Eddie Murphy, right? So I was looking up, like, where did Eddie Murphy start? And I found out that he used to perform at the Comic Strip Live. So when I found out he performed there, I just went straight to the source. I was going straight to the Comic Strip Live. I was doing their open mics. I was paying $14 for an open mic, Like, sometimes I hear comics talk about they don't want to pay $5 or for an open mic. I'm like, yo, sometimes you guys don't really want it, man. You guys don't want it bad enough. I was paying $14. Had barely enough money for a slice of pizza at the time. Hopping over train styles. Like, that's what I'm trying to say, is how bad do you want it? What is your why? Like, who has to pay? Like, come on now. Like, these are the things I was doing at that young age, right? So then from the comic strip, I went on to performing at the Gotham Comedy Club. And at Gotham Comedy Club, it was around 2016, I was able to be passed at the club. Also, I was able to do my first TV appearance, which is Gotham Comedy Live on All Access TV. Man, that was a great experience for me, man. Like, just starting, parents being able to see me on TV was crazy. You know, after I had quit my salary job, I did all of that. You know, so for them to see me on TV was like it was almost like taking the monkey off my back, you know, because now they had a little more faith in what I was doing because they could kind of see, you know, the trajectory. Sometimes, especially like, cause I'm a Haitian kid, sometimes Haitian parents need to like see it in order to really believe it. You know what I mean? So when my mom and my dad and my grandma see me on TV, they were like really, really shocked. And one thing about this comedy game, the comedy game is a lot of ups and downs, but it's going to give you a little small wins in between. And sometimes those small wins is what you need to just keep going a little bit more. Like just when you feel like you're about to quit or be down on yourself, or you know what I'm saying, it's going to give you that little spark that you need to keep going. I made it on Gotham Comedy Live. I even had a TV show that was getting produced with me and a couple other comedians. We shot the pilot, but it never aired and stuff like that. But that was another win that my mom got to see me like getting mic'd up and, you know, camera crew around the crib, and you know what I'm saying? Like it was crazy. Like I thought I was out of here, you know, at that time. But that was another win that I needed just so they could say, I was like, yo, Ma, I told you I'm funny, you know. And I appreciate that journey. And from Gotham Comedy Live to the pilot, I started working with one of my mentors to this day, Ray DeJean, at the Lindenwood Diner. At the time, we was doing comedy every Wednesday and Thursday. And I was there every Wednesday and Thursday. I'm talking about every Wednesday and Thursday. I was at the Lindenwood Diner with Ray DeJean. And I was just, you know, honing my skills, honing my craft. And he even was the one to tell me to, you know, get into hosting, get into producing your shows, the art of the business of comedy. So, Ray, if you're watching, I really appreciate you for that, because that changed my way of thinking, and that changed the way I kind of go about this comedy game. And it wouldn't have been possible if it wasn't for Ray. So then from Lindenwood Diner, you know, we was doing shows at Eastville Comedy Club, you know. Eastville Comedy Club where I ran shows and I produced an open mic. I had an open mic every Tuesday and Wednesday at Eastville Comedy Club because I still stay attached to the ground level, you know what I mean? Like I'm never too big to do open mics. I would do open mics every week just to keep sharpening my jokes, enhancing my jokes, creating new jokes, adding tags. So that was another process as well. So I'm so thankful for Eastville, Marco, and all the staffs that was at Eastville for giving me that opportunity. And then from Eastville, we just started going even bigger and better. We started working at Caroline's, you know. I was able to headline Caroline's in 2020 or 2021, I was able to headline Caroline's, right? And after I headlined Caroline's, I felt this feeling of like, yo, this is what it feels like to sell out a 300 plus room. And that feeling, I didn't want to be selfish with that feeling. So I was able to bring my Spin the Block show there so every comic could feel that feeling of like how it feels to like sell out a packed out show in a legendary room like Caroline's. And from that start of 2021 or 2020, we've been doing sold out shows ever since, you know. Spin the Block comedy has been selling out everywhere ever since, you know. And I'm thankful for all the comics that rocked out with me. I'm thankful for the club, Caroline's, for giving me the opportunity. Caroline's opened so many doors for me as far as just like getting my name out there. Because of Caroline's, I was able to not only be a part of the New York Comedy Festival, but I was able to, you know, work in Hollywood Improv, work in LA. From LA, I was able to now get a chance to work with City Winery, which is another big, iconic room. And I work at all the City Wineries. We just finished doing City Winery Philly. We're going to be doing City Winery Boston, Chicago, Atlanta, so on and so forth. You never know where one door can lead to many other doors, you know what I mean? So I'm so excited for like all the relationships I made along the way. And you guys can see the timeline, you know, it took a while, you know. I'm talking about from 2011 to now we're in 2023. And now our next show is at Chelsea Music Hall. It's going to be on October 24th, you know. So I'm just excited for everything that's like going on. And that's pretty much the journey. A lot of ups, downs along the way, but I'm excited, man. I'm excited. So now you guys get to see like the work I put in, I continue to put in, and then soon you guys are gonna get to see all my funny friends, all my funny entertainers, all my dope artists, all my dope actors and actresses. I'm so excited for what's about to take place, you know. And not only am I investing into myself, not only am I investing into this podcast, but I'm also investing into all my friends as well, because I truly believe in what they have to offer this world, and I truly believe that because of them, the world will be better. So everybody subscribe to the Fen Friends podcast. Thank you for tuning in. This is the first episode. I know I was a little all over the place, but it's only going to get better with time. And you guys already know, man. Stay funny, stay blessed, and you already know we out here. All right? Thank you. I go by the name Fun Size Fen. It's going to be a hell of a ride. Later.
Daddy, I don't know, but I love you so much. My screen's not working to turn pictures on, so can you please do it tomorrow when I come home? Thank you, and make sure to call me when I get up, okay? Thank you, I'm getting up early. Thank you, Daddy, I love you so much.